Hello and welcome to the S38 ISFL Draft. I'm your button clicker and host, CC, uh, and I'm joined with six people who will introduce themselves now.
Hello, I am Douglas Rising. I am member of HO and out of
Hello and
Baltimore, and I'm
welcome
just
to
here
the
for
S.
free exposure.
Wow. I'm Russ Drives the Bus, and I am a co-GM for the San Jose SaberCats.
I'm Slate. I am one of the GMs of the Orange County Otters. I'll be reading for the Orange County Otters as well as Arizona and Philadelphia.
I'm Roche. I'm one of the New York GMs. I'll be reading for us as well as Colorado tonight.
My name's Trempel. I'm the Baltimore Hawks GM. Jesus Christ, it's 2 a.m. And I'll be reading for Yellowknife as well.
Hi, my name is Unconfident. I'm the Austin GM, and I will also be reading for Berlin.
You know, now
also,
that I think about
let's ride.
Now that I think about it, I probably should have said that I'm the GM of the Butchers, and I'm reading for Honolulu and NOLA. So, all right. Without further ado, let's get started. Hopefully this goes to the right thing.
So
It did. There we go.
So with the first overall pick, the Austin Copperheads select Hank McGibbons, Mike Whiskey of the Dallas Bird Dogs, a linebacker. So it's not really a secret that we weren't very good, and most of that was because of our defense. So we really wanted to get a guy who would shore up our defense, be an anchor in the future. And this guy, just the complete package, right? He interviewed really well. He's super active. He's got jobs. We just love being able to get the chance to bring him in, and we're really excited to see what he can do.
I knew Mike wasn't going to make it to Chicago's pick, but I was a little bit surprised to see him go 1 overall, but definitely deserving of it. So next up, we have Colorado.
With the second pick in the draft, the Colorado Yeti select Aiden Hutchinson. Big surprise, I think, for everybody here with this one. Shores is the pick here.
Not expecting this one.
So the Yeti had this to say. Art imitates life, and Aiden Hutchinson goes second overall. This was the easiest pick in the world for us to make, as anyone who knows Shores can tell you that she's the best of us. Having spent so much time together, I can verify that this is the truth, assuming this is Tesla that wrote this. We are happy beyond words to have Shores back in Colorado for another career, and sincerely hope that it impossibly lasts even longer than her previous Hall of Fame career. Also want to wish her a most happy birthday, as she deserves it. To be an especially joyous day. So congrats and happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
What a special day.
Can't believe that Austin didn't pick her 1 overall on her birthday.
Not to be that guy, but I think her birthday was yesterday.
Well, happy birthday yesterday.
What if her birthday was when those notes were written months ago?
Ooh, months?
Months.
You know what? Actually, that makes sense. It's Shores and
Thank you.
Colorado.
Thank you.
So,
My man.
Yep. All right. Next up is Roche and the Silverbacks.
With the third pick in the draft, New York will do this thing.
Yeah.
Trade.
Whoa.
Yep. So.
All right. So
Yeah,
we
go ahead.
trade.
Never see trades.
No, Roche. You
Straight
go
up.
ahead. It's your team.
Oh yeah. So we traded the pick to Honolulu. We got another max earning corner, as well as Sid, and of course, Ice, but I guess that was just a throw in. But basically, the idea here is that we feel like our kind of window of contention is kind of opening up right now. We've got a lot of players kind of hitting a really nice point in TPE, and so we're trying to push all in a little bit more. So while we liked a lot of the players here in the draft, we felt like it made a lot of sense as Honolulu's trying to rebuild for us to kind of work together here.
Right on. All right.
I don't like it.
And now with their newly acquired pick, the Honolulu will select linebacker Caleb Hayden, user Caleb H. I wonder what the H stands for. Ice Bear sent me the notes for Honolulu, and he said, Seeing Caleb still available here, we knew we had to move up. Loved our scouting conversation, and it's a big position of need for us. Very prominent user across multiple leagues, so we are very lucky to see him here. Congrats to Caleb. I really liked Caleb too, so great pick here.
For sure.
And next
They've
up,
been great in Kansas City as well.
for sure. All right, next up are the Saber Kitties.
That's actually not how you say that, and interestingly enough, but that's okay. We'll
It's
work
almost
on
like
your
this happens
reading
every
comprehension.
draft.
I don't.
It's
I kind of like it.
wild.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, see?
Well, you can keep liking it, but you're going to have to love the Sabercats, and who we picked at 4, and we also love them very much. So we went with linebacker Xavier Perkins, user AK41. So we clearly, based on the media put out, we have a need at linebacker that is accurate. There were tons of incredible linebackers like in this draft. It was pretty loaded for that position, thankfully. But AK, I think, interviewed the best as far as I was concerned with all the ones that we talked to. We definitely had a few on our list, but he was at the top. And for him to be there at 4 after we saw all those, a couple linebackers go ahead of us, felt pretty good. They're a big user in other leagues. I think he's a GM, and I was just really inspired by the chat. It actually reminded me a lot of when I joined the league and the energy that I had coming in. So very, very excited to get him in here.
Yep, great user. AK was one of my favorite scouting conversations this season. So
yeah,
you got a good one.
I was a bit mad. I was a bit mad that we
I
lost
bet.
Kevin.
We had our eyes on a couple here, and we had a long, long chat about this pick. So
Gotcha.
I think we definitely made the right choice.
Yeah, I was a bit mad that we were at 7 because of my top 5, 4 were picked in the top.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Okay, Slate, I believe you and the Otters are on the clock.
Yes, with the 5th pick of the first round, the Otters selected Walrus Jones, offensive line, user Caravaggio from the Minnesota Grey Ducks. Yeah, we are extremely excited about this pick. We had a very clear top tier of this draft class. Defense is probably a slightly larger need for us than offense at the moment, and so we were a bit disappointed when all of these awesome defensive players got taken in that tier, but we were still really excited to have one of these clear-cut top-tier players fall to us at 5, and we just decided to take the best user available. They're also the TPE leader of the class, which you can never go too wrong by just taking people who are extremely good earners. I had a really great conversation with them personally. In scouting, they're just a very thoughtful and nice person that I'm really excited to bring on. And I also know that they were recently promoted to a full-time updater position. So always good to see new users getting league jobs and
Nice.
getting more dedicated to the league. So really excited to bring him on board.
Mm-hmm. May not be defense, but it's a fantastic consolation prize.
Yes.
Next up is Berlin.
So with the 6th overall pick, the Berlin Fire Salamanders select Goat Tank, user Eldorian, another linebacker, although running back render. Now I'm supposed to read off a note here, but I think I'd prefer Cece to take this one away.
I am also not going to read it, but we'll see if this appears on screen. This is what DeWalt had to say about this pick. Yep, there it is. 262 instances of the words goat tank. But I think he had a little bit extra, right, UC?
I don't think it worked on this. Oh, there, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get the thing up. So here's what DeWalt really had to say, as if he could say anything that lives up to what he also said. Eldorian is a fantastic person, and we enjoyed having them here during their first player's career, and we couldn't be more excited to have them join again. We look forward to helping them have another Hall of Fame career. Big talk there from DeWalt.
Yeah. Okay. Next we have Baltimore with the 7th pick.
And with the 7th pick, the Baltimore Hawks select a
Trade. A big one, too.
Yeah.
The Baltimore selects a trade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't
Which
be
is
confused
it's-
It's
yet.
weird
And
Don't be
because
Honolulu.
confused yet. Let us try and help.
Yep.
You'll get confused later on, so don't worry about it yet.
I'm already
You're just gonna
confused.
Darkness, I
You're
think
gonna
you
have-
wanted to talk about this.
Yes.
Okay.
Use
With
the
your
screen
chest.
back up. Bear with us a little bit here. So for this trade for Baltimore's building,
You're cutting out a little
No.
bit. Hang on.
You're,
Oh
you're
no,
nobody.
no.
What a horrible
No,
time.
No, don't make us do this.
Better?
Don't make us do this.
Try talking, Darkness. Okay, I think you're
San
back.
Jose in return received pick 18 and also a 4th rounder in S40.
He just kept talking.
So again, so
my
again,
guy.
yeah, Honolulu trying to acquire picks, San Jose feeling like they can compete and get a player.
Yep. Okay. Which brings us to the next part of this.
The next screen.
Another
Hey,
trade.
there's Baltimore.
Okay, so again, seems
But-
very confusing,
but
but
not pick
here
7.
we have a trade with Baltimore and New Orleans. Nola gets pick 23, their 39 and S34 to Baltimore, and in return they get both Crazy Ghost Brothers and also Franz Udo Coleman Kaiser, which is a O-line Evoc.
Mm-hmm. Nola
Which
paying
means with
handsomely
the
to open up
7th
that
pick.
window.
Mhm.
So that brings us to the third part of the trade.
There's more.
Mhm.
Here we go.
Between Baltimore and Honolulu.
It just keeps
So
going.
now, both teams used assets from those previous 2 trades and traded amongst each other. Baltimore are receiving pick 11 and 18. Honolulu are taking pick 7 and pick 23.
There's pick 7.
So Honolulu goes up in the first, Baltimore goes up in the second.
All right.
And yeah,
So
Honolulu's
all
got
of
pick
that
7,
was to
right?
get Honolulu this pick, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Honolulu gets to pick at 7, and what did they do?
Hey.
Oh
And
my god, they
another
traded. Oh my god, no way.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Okay, so San Jose, we offered every team like between our previous pick and this one for a trade to try and get the player we wanted. And as you can see, things got a little spicy around the league there.
It escalated quickly.
It got way out of hand, and we offered Honolulu once they finally settled on that 7th pick, and Ice Bear said, "Yep." And so we took it, and
Let's see
we
who
ended
you
up
took.
getting the other player that we were looking at 4 in Cruella DeVille, user Exelizer. And listen, S22 gang, rise up.
Mhm.
We were drafted in the same class. We were same positions back then. And I mean, X was a huge user in the league for a real long time.
Darren DeVille, I believe.
Yep, Darren. And that name haunts me because Lawrence Bass, my linebacker, was never as good ever.
Yep.
But
I think you were great.
Well, thank you. I know I looked good. So X recreated, and it was at a position we absolutely need, and we can definitely rely on him to earn, and money's not a concern. So it would have been a no-brainer at 4 if AK hadn't interviewed so well. And so we decided that with the state of our roster and kind of where we are, we could push to get picks or people in now and try and build towards Ask Madden's championship window. And so I think these two can definitely anchor us for a long time. And I'm just so glad that Honolulu actually let us trade here because nobody else was biting.
Yep. I was quite bamboozled when you actually got the same trade you offered.
I
me
know.
at
I
7
offered
for
the same trade to like 3
same
teams,
price.
4 teams actually. I offered the exact same trade to 4 teams. You just got to
Wheeling and
keep
dealing.
trying. That's how you GM, baby. You just keep
Wheeling and
trying.
dealing. Whittle them down.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Patience was the key.
Next, we have Slate again.
Yeah, with the 8th pick of the first round, the Otters.
Trade.
Hey.
So we traded down 1 spot with New Orleans and picked up their 3rd round pick in the late end of the 3rd round, just because they had their eyes on the player that they ended up taking. We're very
Which-
excited to get them.
Which leads us to the next part of this trade. No, I'm joking. That's the only one this time.
Every trade for the rest of this year, we're just gonna be like, and 4
Yeah.
more coming. So stay tuned.
I gotta go to bed at some point.
Nah.
All right, so I'm reading for New Orleans. So with their 8th pick that they just got, they select running back. I believe that's actually supposed to be Armor Queen, isn't
That's
it?
correct, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm sure that can be fixed for you, Starboy. I believe some say wrote these, and he said, "We had the pleasure of having Starboy around with his last player, and he made an immediate impact on the field and in the LR. Not only are we once again getting a great player and the successor to the Stig, who I would like to add as a bum, as a multi-time fantasy owner.
Agree.
But-
Total bump.
Agree. Yep.
Users even worse.
But yeah, definitely.
He's way too slow.
But New Orleans is also getting a great user back in their locker room, and they couldn't be happier with the pick. I can vouch for Starboy, one of the best locker room people in the entire league. I had him in Chicago for, I don't know, like 5-6 seasons, and he was one of my favorite people on the team. So, very good pick. And now, since they swapped picks, Orange County is back on the clock.
Yes, with the 9th pick that we now have from New Orleans, the Otters select Teeny Hodges, wide receiver, user Billy Bolo. Billy was a teammate of mine on Sarasota on my previous player before I joined the Otters. And he was definitely like one of the anchors of that team when I joined. And so I was always like kind of looking up to him. He was like a safety and I was a cornerback. So he was like a veteran presence in the secondary that I liked. His player was like probably going to make the Hall of Fame. Like I'd be extremely surprised if he didn't. Anyway, that's enough about his former player. All of that is context for like why we were really excited to bring him in. I have a lot of experience with him. The person who scouted him for us like was really enjoyed talking with him and is just another like positive presence in the locker room to add. Again, not a defensive player, which will become a theme for us, but we were really just interested in getting as many cool users as we could as we sort of start this rebuild for Orange County, and Billy definitely fits into that mold.
Nice. That brings us to my team, the Butcher. Sorry, I had to pull my notes back up. And with the 10th pick, we're going to select linebacker Brian Duke, user Albanian Valor. I've gotten to know AV decently well ever since he and Hammer took over Team Eurocan in the WFC. One thing that that I know he'll bring to the table is locker room activity, which I always value extremely highly. One issue is that he's a bit of a JQ junior stan, and the superior running back is very clearly Lalu Muhammad Zuri, but I'm sure we're going to be able to convert him eventually. So, next up, it looks like we have Trimpale and the Hawks.
Yeah, and the Baltimore Hawks trade again. Not kidding. We're going to pick up Hoppy here with the 11th pick. Defensive end out of Dallas, called Sledgehammer. And after trading back from 7, we were really happy to still get a good quality here at 11. With the loss of the Smang Bros, we needed someone to help out the D-line. Who else to pick but the best defensive end in the draft? And very easy pick. We hope that Hoppy will play a big part in the Baltimore rebuild. It's going to be awesome.
Nice. Next up, we have Yellowknife. I almost turned to Darkness to read that. I forgot that he's a Hawk now.
Oh, that's me again. Hang on.
Yep.
I don't have notes for 10. Yeah, for 12.
Oh, wait. For 12?
I guess we'll have to see.
Oh, wait.
hang on,
I
one
wonder
second,
what
one
happens at pick 12.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
I'm such an idiot.
No, you're fine. That's not your fault.
You have me scrambling.
Getting
there.
fined for leaking after the draft.
No, that's my bad. That's not on you. All right, with pick 12, Yellowknife trades.
Whoa, another one.
Baited me.
Can you believe it, guys?
You see, you want to talk about this one?
So we get this. So this kind of looks dumb at first, but like Austin, spoiler, we have to take a certain somebody in the second round. So we had no incentive to not try and move up with a pick, and we'd rather have a first round pick than a third round pick. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and Yellowknife, they like that too. So that's why we did this trade.
Yeah, for you, it's basically because you have to take your GM pick with your first pick in the second round. Trading up with your earlier pick in the second round is effectively trading up from the later pick in the second round for you. But for Yellowknife,
always-
it's like as good as moving down to like your earlier pick. That's probably an overly
I
complicated way of explaining it, but yeah.
I can always trust Slate to say what I want to say, but smarter.
He do have a big old brain.
Let me get more beers in me, and we'll see if that holds
All
true.
right.
He
Okay.
needs some Midori.
Yeah, just drink
Yeah.
Midori, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Some of that musk
No,
melon.
this is
Next
enjoyable
player,
as well.
Midori Sour.
All right. Anyway, pick 12.
Bet. That's a bet.
So-
You better do it.
With the 12th overall pick, the Austin Copperheads select wide receiver Jeff Newman, Lumosity fan from London. So Lumo, he's a really good guy. I talk to him like almost every day. You know, English. I should have wrote something down before this. I'm just really excited to bring him. He's such a good guy. You know, he's a good earner, solid guy. Just really excited to bring him in.
I love Lumo. He was the best member of the budget team in WSBL, which I was the head of. So, great pick here. And,
Go Quetzals.
yep, forever. All right, Sarasota's up next. And with the 13th pick, they'll take a trade.
Wait, I have notes for that.
Trades.
All right, Trimpill,
Yeah,
you
we
want to talk about it?
traded. We traded Scotty Mac 6 and a second from next draft for pick 13 and a second in the next draft. So we basically swapped seconds in the next draft. And and with the 13th pick, we're gonna pick Scotty's successor with Shane Turnbull, user Symmetric from the Dallas Bird Dogs. And an original season 1 creator, a long-standing member in other leagues. He's back, and he will be wearing black and yellow. We're stoked to pick him up here and pair him up for seasons of success with our young QB, where he can now steal both Darkness's money from DSFL streaming and the limelight as a player, where he will ball out for us to hopefully become one of the greats. And we're very happy to have him. And I think the wide receiver run is maybe over. Who knows?
I have a question.
Question
Isn't
mark?
Baltimore's secondary color red, not black?
No. What? No.
Okay.
What?
What?
Duh.
What?
Duh.
It's
What?
literally-
Look at
it's
the
literally-
draft card. It says red and yellow. All right.
It's
Anyway,
literally-
let's
it's
move on.
literally yellow and
What?
black. What?
All right, I'm
You
confused.
got the maroon shadow.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, I see.
In fee.
All right, next up is Arizona.
With the 14th pick of the first round, Arizona selects Fortified Fridge, an
Ooh.
O-line user, Bacon Brother. I
Great
think they're
render.
also known as Mertzy.
That is
Yeah,
a
this
nice
one's
fridge.
not as fortified. I feel like in the DSFL draft, the fortified came through more, but that's all right.
I do like the
Um,
Arizona up in the top left to indicate the
That's
team.
that's actually really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
That is good.
So Bacon Brother, also known as Mertzy, is a well-known user that came into the league back in S18 with his incredible player Maurice Vertanen, and that's the same class as Opera Phantom, also known as JQ Jr., who's on Arizona now. After they took some time off from the league, as soon as Arizona saw him recreate as O-line, they knew that if they had the chance to snag him at the end of the first, they would. They are really optimistic that they'll fit the already incredible, their words, locker room very easily. And soon enough, they'll help the MVP maker offensive line in getting some more awards for Arizona running backs. That's the propaganda I was given to read.
Okay,
But yeah, I think it's a great pick. Mercy's a great user.
for sure. And now Yellowknife is on the clock again.
Yep. With the 15th pick, the Yellowknife select another trade. No, that lunatic.
Whoa.
Player named Gordon Ramsay. QB from Tijuana with an awesome render.
Yeah, he's kind of jacked. I didn't realize.
And they had the following to say: "Let it be said that the rest, I can't pronounce that. Rest could never be more happy than they are with Dustin Parmalee, who took over for a legend and has excelled. But we do have to plan for the future, and we are excited to bring Gordon to the squad. That lunatic is one of the best team players and leaders in this league, and we are in good hands with this QB. And why can't I pronounce Res?
Was Dead Lunatic on Yellowknife on their last player?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes, he was Mark Walker.
Mark.
That's what I thought.
Just to touch on the trade again, I didn't want to spoil their pick earlier, but this trade makes a lot of sense for Yellowknife because I think they were always going to take Dead Lunatic. So to get a free third to still take the guy you're going to take anyway is really good deal for them.
Definitely.
So yeah, he's been an amazing team person because he spent a lot of his career at wide receiver too. Like he didn't get much time to shine, so you
which
probably
was
don't
weird
as much know his name.
because even at wide receiver 2, he was still better than the starter most of the time.
I wonder whose
Right.
fault that was.
No clue. So yeah, it's going to be really good personally to see him going back to home to Yellowknife and be a star in his own right this time.
Nice, good for them. Colorado is up next.
Right, with the 16th pick in the draft, the Yeti select. So Remy Musgrave Smith, 37th chamber, and Tesla had this to say about the pick. An international financier and ostrich racer falling to the second round leads to a great grab by Colorado. Chamber has been a member of the team for quite a while and has been a beloved member of the locker room for that entire time. Super capitalists are parasites, no fighting necessary. That said, we are pleased as punch to have Chamber returning to Colorado for what we hope will be another wonderful and enjoyable career for them.
Yep.
Did
What a
Tess say
take.
pleased as punch?
Pleased as punch.
Yeah.
Did I read that? I don't know. When I start reading things, I just forget what I'm
I just
saying.
want to know if that's what it said because that is
It
exactly
sounds
what I
like
expect
something.
of Tess.
Yeah, it sounds like something
Yeah.
she would say.
It's the
Yeah.
greatest,
Tess
the
is
best,
amazing.
the best write-ups in the world.
Yeah. All right, good for 37th, going back to Colorado again. Next is Roche and the Silverbacks.
Oh, me again.
Yeah.
I actually have
Also,
something to
London
do.
would
Look
like
at
to
this.
have a word with you about their best write-ups for the draft picks.
I don't know. D-Waltz was
With
pretty good.
the 17th pick, I think it is,
Mhm.
New York selects. So Stiegmeyer of Katarina, user Drokeep from London. So with this pick, we decided we did want to make a pick or two in this draft, which is fun instead of all the trades. Dro, we had a great conversation with Dro, and they know the SHL really well, and we figured that tight end has been a position for us where we've kind of relied on a lot of low TPE kind of streaming options for a while, and we feel like it's a position where we can build for the future. So we're really excited to have Dro here in New York.
Yeah,
At least
they
you have a tight
joined.
end.
They joined a bit late, so they were like a post-draft waiver create in the DSFL, but their earnings since then has been really good, so the TPE number is not really reflective of what their earning
Absolutely, yeah.
trajectory is
Good
like in the
note.
future.
Totally, yeah. We
Good
feel
point.
like we were very, very happy with this pick falling to us here at 17. Absolutely.
Yeah. We had like some dream of getting him in the third, and when you took him here, it was just like, yeah, that was never gonna happen. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, just a quick shout out. His SHL player has the best second name ever. You know.
He made me a really
it-
good SHL.
is it
so
Graf?
Shout out to him too.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I did see in the YouTube chat that Hans Graf said, "Hey,
Yeah,
that's
I
me."
connected that as well. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, hold up.
Nice.
Very good the scouting on my part. You know?
All right. Trimpale, you're up.
Yep. And with the 18th pick, the Baltimore Hawks select user Big Nev, Casino Robin from the Portland Pythons, cornerback. And with many holes and lack of active bodies, Baltimore heavily needed to invest in the defense. And we were giddy when we saw Nev was still around with his pick and was an instant agreement to take him. A fun-loving jokester with connections to some of our team, he feels a giant need of an active star secondary that could be in no safer or better hands than his.
I believe I saw
Let's
him
go.
in the YouTube chat earlier say that he was going undrafted. So, proved him wrong. Yep.
He was
Yep.
also like
And
a
he
trash
called
talk me, and now he's my
I was gonna
teammate.
say he just trash talked.
Yeah, I saw
Falcons.
that.
He's
Well,
fitting
we
in
know they're
already.
going to succeed in the league. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next is Philadelphia, who gave us draft notes
Yeah,
about 5 minutes before the draft.
and we're glad they did.
Yeah.
With the 19th pick of the draft, Philadelphia selected Eric Belmont, cornerback user Eric Belmont from the Norfolk Seawolves. Philadelphia says, we're beyond excited to bring Eric Belmont onto the team. Even back in Norfolk, Eric Belmont showed he was going to be a big-time ISFL player. We really need cornerback help, and Eric Belmont is going to be a boon to both the position and the locker room. Eric Belmont was loved by all in the war room, and we're psyched to bring Eric Belmont on. Eric Belmont.
Eric Belmont.
Eric is an awesome user. He's a
yes.
WFC Federation head for Northeast, I think. That's how I met him. Very, very cool dude.
Yeah, Beck brought him up really early on in the scouting process.
Mhm.
Again, as like someone we might be able to target late, and then like
Right, because his TPE is
them being awesome.
pretty low compared to other people around this pick. So I was like, maybe he's sleeper pick, but no. Philly was on top of it. So
yeah.
Berlin is now on the clock.
With the 20th overall pick, Berlin select Diggs, sideline, touchdown. DeWalt 27.
Reach.
He had this to say. What a freaking reach. This dude sucks.
It's insane. Oh my god.
What is
amazing?
Oh my god.
What is the render?
Wait, I didn't even notice that.
Moosey, good job. Good job, Moosey.
Yeah. Oh my good lord.
God.
Moosey. Oh wow. True royalty.
Beautiful.
Also, Noel sucks. So like we don't even have to
Bad.
talk about the pick.
Big leap.
Total reach, total bust. That is incredible work. That's probably the best render I've seen in my 2.5 years in this league.
Oh my god. I'm like,
It's insane.
I'm like cry laughing over here.
I'm already there.
My God.
Wow. Oh man. DeWalt's a good person. I'm sorry.
Good
Oh,
person.
boy.
Horrible ISFL player.
Yeah, horrible player, big reach. GMs are lame anyway.
He chose a really great name for his player, though, I have to say. Fantastic name. I'm sure he
Yeah,
really loves it.
yeah, I'm sure he
Yeah.
loves it. And he
He must love
definitely
being
he
reminded
definitely
of it.
chose it too.
Yes, yes.
I gotta say
Okay.
though, we gotta have whatever Russ is having for the next draft. Holy
For
shit!
sure, Midori all around.
I mean, I'm just having this beautiful artwork by Moosey is what I'm having. It's incredible. That is the best. That is the best render I've ever seen in this league.
Russ just high on draft renders.
High on Moosey art
Yeah.
and muskmelon.
and
apparently.
muskmelon.
Muskmelon.
Okay. Pick 21
We've gone off
belongs
the
to
rails
Baltimore.
here.
All right, here comes the boom. We select boom with the pick 21. Bridge burner, linebacker, Dallas. I just
Now,
noticed
why
that.
would they do that?
That was a great name.
At least
Yeah.
they're owning it.
I just got it this second.
literally.
I
just got it.
Me
So good.
too. I was like, Bridge burner, that makes a lot of sense now.
You're not even
But
drinking
yeah.
Midori, you see.
Jeez.
Up against so soon, and our direction does not change. We need defenders for the field and active users for the locker room, and Boom meets both of those requirements with outstanding colors. Bridgeburner will place nicely in the linebacker corps for the future alongside Bruce Buckley Jr. and Combine to be nasty force in future seasons. And yeah, I've heard some rumors like in the past, as in the GM chat, you kind of see what's going on in the past, and it doesn't look good from the outside, but the scouting conversation was so good that yeah, I kind of held up the flag and decided we needed to draft Boom here. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great pick.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah, I've always really enjoyed Boom as a user.
I hope there's no bridges to be burned. No, no, I'm kidding. It's obviously
it's a good idea to shore up the defense while you got Darkness over there throwing picks left and right.
Yep.
Okay, the Liberty are up next.
Can't be worse than Negs.
True.
Challenge accepted. With the 22nd pick, speaking of Negs, Philadelphia selects Haloic Oasis, user Haloic linebacker from the Pythons. Philadelphia says, with a few of their linebackers getting old, They knew they needed to address the linebacker position. Haloic was really awesome to talk to in scouting for them, and they knew that they wanted him on the team. They left the locker room last night as a professional decision to wait for their ISFL team before rejoining just that one locker room, I suppose. But he's not escaping them that easily, they say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for the Liberty. Good for Haloic. Next up is Honolulu, and I closed my draft notes on accident. But
Oh my god. This guy, man.
With the next pick, Honolulu selects to trade.
We're dealing.
This is a pretty big trade. Octavio Perez, I believe,
this is me. Shit.
Oh, it's fine. Octavio Perez, very young superstar wide receiver, I think. It's Raven,
Yes.
huge user. Along with the the 23rd pick, which is this one, and then Honolulu's S40 round 4, which I believe is projected to be a Reddit draft. And then Honolulu is going to receive Berlin's next season's first rounder, and then S40 third rounder.
CC, aren't you a
Berlin.
recruitment head? Shouldn't you know if that's a Reddit draft?
Yeah.
I said projected because I just don't want to promise anything. You never know if they're going to say, no, not yet.
Fair enough. Sorry, continue.
I think it's UC. Did you say?
Walt actually had something to say about this trade.
Oh, okay.
No. We had been in trade talks with Han for Raven for a while at this point, and we started seeking a second round pick. We were able to come to a trade that worked for all parties. We're excited to bring in Raven and let them have a major impact on our offense as soon as possible. And then they also made a pick.
Oh, they did.
So the 23rd overall pick, the Berlin Fire Salamanders select another wide receiver, a really creative name from Tijuana. So they had this to say. What they lack in picking creative names, they make up for in being an awesome person. Cincy Fan was the first non-GM user to join Berlin when we got the expansion bid, and they played until they were forced to retire. I don't think there was any chance we would be able to acquire them again, but when we saw that they were still there, we knew we had to jump on the opportunity. Welcome back, Cincy.
Always love to see players reunite with their former team.
Yeah, that's a great move by Berlin there. Good history.
Let's not give D-Walt too much credit.
That's why I purposely said Berlin.
This is a great move by Rapid Eagle.
Yep. Fantastic GM. Doing great things with the Hot Lizzies. All right, next up is my team, Butchers, and with the 24th pick in the ISFL draft, we are going to select offensive lineman, painted penguin, user painted. Huge reach. Quite possibly.
He's French.
Reach.
This is
It's gotta be
sad.
French.
It's really sad.
Quite possibly
is
the worst pick in the
horrific.
draft.
That's just terrible.
Big sad. Big sad for Chicago. You hate to see him
Well,
go down
I don't.
like
I don't
this.
know if I proclaim that CC just yet. I don't know if I proclaim that just
That's
yet.
true. But this pick single-handedly prompted me to submit a rule suggestion to HO proposing that GM picks don't have to be made until the 10th round, as that's where I feel this pick would be fair. In all seriousness, Painted has been a fantastic partner so far. He's really been picking up my
So
slack.
far.
Yeah, hey, you never know. You never know what the future holds.
That's true. Hedge your bets. Very smart.
Yeah. He's really been picking up my slack while I've been busy the last season or two. I've gotten a lot of trade offers over the years for Painted before he was GM, but I never really entertained any of them because I knew he was going to make a great Chicago GM one of these days. And I'm glad that we were finally able to partner together to be the Chicago GMs. Anyways,
Gross.
reach, et cetera, et cetera.
Reach.
Super reach.
Yeah.
All right, and let's see if
If you
maybe
like
this
reaches,
reach
just
could
wait
get.
until you see this pick.
Yeah, let's see if maybe
It's
this
the
reach could be
25th
topped.
overall pick. Copperhead select. I'm so disgusted. I'm not even gonna say it. I can't look at my screen. I'm gonna close my eyes.
Reach.
Awful pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty disgusting. I don't even think that user can drink Midori, like legally.
Definitely not.
Yikes.
No.
That's a big yikes. To take that in the second round?
Imagine.
Oof. Ugh.
Cringe.
Bet he's never even tasted a muskmelon before.
That's so sad.
Have you ever tasted a muskmelon before?
Hey, don't.
Never
Hey,
saw
we're
it.
talking about you right now. All right.
Don't deflect. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm guessing you don't want to talk about yourself, UC.
No, I'm not
Okay.
gonna talk about myself.
We don't
Yep.
either. Next.
Yep.
Next.
Great GM or whatever, I don't know. Yellowknife's on the clock.
All right, and with pick 26, Yellowknife select Caleb 356, Teddy
The
Rhinobag.
better defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, far better.
From Portland. And every great team is built from the trenches out. You can't win this league without talent on the defensive line. And why does he put Res in it? Wraith? I can't pronounce it. It's undoable for Germans. I'm sorry. The Yellowknife are investing in that line by welcoming Rhinobag and Caleb to the squad. We look forward to having Rhinobag anchor our line for seasons to come.
I also don't like saying wraiths, just so to make it clear.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
What's your excuse? He has an excuse. What's
Oh, I
yours?
just don't like them.
Fair. Fair.
Okay, speaking of teams I don't like, Sarasota is on the clock.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Ooh.
And
Hey,
I,
I don't like anyone but the Butchers. All right, let's make that clear.
Yikes.
Tough but
Some-
fair.
toxic user again.
It shows. It shows. Yeah, so for pick 27, I will be reading for Sarasota. I totally remembered that. They have selected a wide receiver, Johnny Blaze Jr., Jay Blaze the boss. They had some notes here. Jay Blaze has been around the Selfless organization for quite some time. He was a vital member of the team during both Sarasota's ultimate wins. He's shown a proven ability to earn well across all of his players and has been a contributor to the locker room during his time with the team. We're happy to welcome Jay Blaze back and look forward to adding more Ultimates trophies to his trophy case. I'm pretty sure Jay Blaze has at least 2 Hall of Fame players in the history of the league,
I believe so.
and like maybe
Currently 2, yeah.
third coming up. I don't know, but yeah, it's a very long, storied, successful history. So
Mm-hmm.
getting to add them, I feel like at this point in the draft, it's pretty major. And as the
Definitely.
first pick of this draft.
Yep. Like I said, love seeing players go back to their team. Seems like there's a lot of that this draft. So next up, we have the Outlaws.
Yeah, with the last pick of the second round, Arizona selects Kotasa.
Oh, you
Boo.
thought the last GM pick was bad. This one, oh no.
Boo.
I
Yeah,
can't
this is-
even.
Sherwin Blue Jr., running back. Kotasa is a GM pick for them, obviously. They sent me a bunch of stuff I don't need to read because it's a huge reach, but I will include the simoism that Arizona is happy as a shot fox to be able to bring him back to Arizona.
Thank you,
Yikes.
sir.
I was very tickled by.
Whoa.
I wonder who wrote that. I wonder who wrote that one.
Yeah, huge mystery.
There's a reason why I passed on Kotasa for beef stew twice in the S25 draft. So, all right. Next up is the team that Trimpale loves to pronounce.
All right, the Yellowknife select Lord Parkwood, Cadillac Kane, tight
It's a
end
sick name.
from Tijuana. And yeah, every so often there's a player who's criminally looked over in a draft who somehow falls through the cracks into the laps of a very lucky team. We believe we are that team, and Kane is that player. The Yellowknife have had question marks at tight end for the last few seasons, but we hope to see Kane surprise everyone and deliver. That was clean, right?
Yeah.
Nailed
There's
it.
no,
All right.
I'm not
Next
gonna-
up is
I'm not gonna say
Colorado.
that ever.
Fine by me.
With the 30th pick in the draft, the Colorado Yeti select Bong Stevens.
Also a sick name.
Oh yeah.
These are lumps from the Portland Pythons. Colorado has this to say. Despite being new to the league, Lumps already feels like family, and we're happy to have them in Colorado. Been a pleasant presence in the locker room every time they have appeared, and we hope to have their company for many seasons to come. Bong.
Nice.
Bong.
All right, Roach. I'm so excited to see who you pick with this next pick.
All right, me too. Let's check this out. Let's see what New York does with pick 31.
A trade?
Trade.
We traded.
Whoa. Oh, you thought we were done with the trade?
No, not even
Oh.
close.
Not close.
So I can just speak to it from our end. We've been looking at grabbing Donatello McTurtle, been grabbing him for a while. We want to get as many, the Turtles need to be in New York, so this makes just a lot of sense for us.
I'm gonna miss updating.
Yeah.
Donatello. I'm gonna miss it. Very easy update in Tijuana. All right, Slate. What are you guys gonna
so
do?
on our end, we trade up a couple spots, and with New York's pick, we select Ben Goodwood, user
Ew.
LB. Yeah, running
Ooh,
back.
Priest Holmes.
What was that?
Priest Holmes, the render.
Oh,
The old
Oh,
Chiefs
yeah, it
running back.
is. Nice.
I always like a nice old school player render.
Old school.
Yeah. Yeah, LB is another teammate of mine from Sarasota on my previous player and Billy's. So really excited to bring in yet more members of that team and take some away from Sarasota, I guess. He was really great on his previous player. I think he has a pretty good shot at Hall of Fame. He's maybe a little bit less, has a little less free time to spend on the league this time around, but is still pretty reliably available and earning pretty well, and just a fun guy to have around. He also gave Mojo and I good recommendations on what to do when we were like in Ireland for a couple of days more than we thought we would be unexpectedly this summer. So always good to have him on the team just in case we end up in Ireland again somehow.
Also,
Oh, no, you just wake up one day, you're in Ireland.
Yeah,
I hate
you
when
never
that
know.
happens.
You never know.
I hate when that happens.
Well, with LB on the team, it's actually a good experience when it happens. So.
Oh,
True,
yeah.
true.
If it
Also,
happened to me, LB wouldn't tell me shit. He'd tell me to like fuck off or something.
Probably.
Also, free LB. Gotta say it.
Free LB.
All right, Russ. Let's hear it.
Oh boy. You want me to make another pick? Then I guess I will.
Mm-hmm.
So at 32, San Jose did not trade.
Whoa.
We actually picked a player, which is wild
Unheard
for this
of.
draft. And we went with Sabercat legend, AJ Tigger, our new kicker, Booter McGavin. AJ, we affectionately refer to his last player as Gets Cotley because he is probably set the record for most times a wide receiver has been tackled like inside the 5-yard line. So instead, we're going to let him do, the cleanup effort on that, and he's going to kick field goals and extra points every time somebody, gets short or scores. So AJ's a fantastic user. He's been around San Jose for a while now, and he'd kind of been mulling over recreating, and when he finally did, we were like, well, this is too easy. We got to do it. And we've needed a kicker for ages. Old Jack Lewis is great, but has been the same for about 5 seasons.
Yep.
So this will be a lovely addition.
Nice.
Yeah, AJ's a very cool guy. I'm a big fan of him.
Love to see it.
I also remember getting burned by him for 3 touchdowns in my rookie season in the ISFL, so that was also fun.
Also love to see that. All right. Roche and I almost said Sabercats. Silverbacks.
Blasphemy.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so
don't
sorry.
get me confused with those silly rillas.
Both of us are offended right now. Yeah. So we finally decided we're going to stick and pick here after trading all of our picks. So with pick 33, the Silverbacks.
Trade.
Yeah, we traded it again. Yep. So we pick up this bum tight end.
Why would you do this?
Yeah, it's rough, right? No, so again, on our end, we're kind of looking to kind of go for it here in the next little bit, and so we get a big weapon at tight end for Moosey, our quarterback, and in return, Baltimore gets a little something as well.
Wait, I have a player option, right?
If you trade for a GM in the draft, do we still call that a bust, or how does this work?
Oh, it's 100% a bust. Yeah.
I think it's just a poor choice on both sides.
Yeah. Watch me get snubbed from tight end of the year, even though that's not an award anymore.
All
right.
Do you want to tell us why you guys made the trade, Shrimpbill?
Oh yeah, because I decided to retire my player, even though he's in his prime right now. to go with the rebuild, so that we
Use-
all have players that match up with the prime.
Graph never better than Penny. Get out of here.
Oh wow!
That's why you had to retire.
Did you
You
see
knew
the
you knew you
stats?
couldn't take it.
Do you want me to pull up the stats?
Fight. I
don't know.
Save it
All
for
right.
awards. Save it for awards.
I don't know.
Let's see who
I don't know about that one.
let's see who Baltimore takes with pick 33. Nope, he's
Something
actually
like a
looking up the
GM
stats.
with 959 yards. You know.
He's got receipts.
Hey, you really don't need to get all you don't need
know.
to get into all that.
Yeah, because
I promise.
Penny
I
had a bad
promise.
year.
Okay. Yeah, Penny is dope. He's the best.
Yeah, I know.
Like by a margin. It's fine.
Wow.
He is average at best.
Let's just look at like pancakes or something. You know.
You know
what
what
I'm
I
saying?
think we should look at is pick 33.
What's that? Oh,
Oh yeah,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
draft.
I don't know.
spicy.
Yeah, we're gonna select nameless Nate here, defensive tackle, user called Jack Hammer, and yeah, another pick to improve the D line. We were very happy to combine the duo of Hoppy and nameless Nate here, and hopefully that will boost Nate's activity as well. And those two will be a huge part of the Baltimore rebuild. But let's get back to stats now.
Nameless Nate was he was Mr. Irrelevant in the legendary S22 draft with me and Russ. On purpose,
Yeah,
though.
give me one
I believe he
So
was.
he's improved.
I believe
He's
he
raised to stock.
I believe he was already around sim leagues and he demanded being Mr. Irrelevant. I think that's what happened. I don't remember.
I'm glad
I was
that can
new.
work out for somebody.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, 1 second. I even have more pancakes than Penny. Just FYI.
Okay.
Good
I
to
mean,
know. Pick
Yeah,
34.
you can look at totals. Sure, what do totals even tell you though? Like
Even this
let's-
season.
I mean, we could
Even
just
this
look at
season?
like specific
Speaking of
games.
Penne, his
probably.
team is on the clock
Yep.
right now, so maybe
Yep.
we should.
I don't even. I'm not sure that's even accurate.
Saber Kitty's on the clock. What are they gonna do, Russ?
Slander.
I think we're
Slander.
probably going to do something that no one's done this draft.
I would
Would be
agree
my
with that.
guess.
Let's see. Oh my God.
Got him.
2 picks in a row.
Destroyed. Get destroyed. You never saw it coming.
All right. So looks like San Jose is moving back 2 picks to acquire a little bit of cap space.
Heck yeah, baby. We're going to give that to the people.
Yep.
That's how it works around here.
All right,
San Jose,
Slate.
we love money.
Slate, what are you doing with the pick?
Yeah. So after giving up some cap space we don't really need, we move up a couple spots and we select Zero Gibson II, SAP's 2013's player at tight end. It was like a very close choice for us between LB and SAP at their previous pick. And so once we saw a couple teams pass on them, we decided to just spend a little bit of cap to move up and take, both of these players we were very excited about. SAP originally created for the season 2 draft, I believe.
I was about to
They're
ask
like
if he was a
former-
day one.
Not day one. I think he created
Very
mid-season 1 or
close.
something
Gotcha.
like that. Yeah.
He's
they're
like a day
former-
25.
Right. They had like a very thorough answer about their history with the league, so I'm sure they know what day they are if you ask them.
Oh, nice.
They're a former GM of the Yeti, I believe, in like S8-ish or something like that. So tons of experience in the league. They've had a few different players usually get pretty high in TPE. So we're pretty confident that that they'll be a really good addition to the team to just bring in some experience and solid earning for us. And yeah, very
Cool.
happy with this pick.
Next up are the Hawks.
Wait, I can talk again.
As long as you don't talk about Brown.
What about Penny? No,
You can talk
with
about
Penny. With the 35th pick, we select Frick.
Shocker.
Whoa.
McNamara. What a shocker, right?
Mm-hmm. Interesting render.
Yeah. Frick was one of the former GMs of the Baltimore Hawks and was a part of the resurrection of the franchise that culminated in the Ultimate Championship in season 33 against the team that picked before us. And
Yeah, I wasn't there at the time, so I don't mind.
in a monumental comeback. And his former player was the quarterback of that team who also threw 5 touchdowns passes in that fateful game against Orange County.
Wow,
Not my
this fella
notes.
really likes
Not-
stats. This is kind of
Not my
weird.
notes. Not my
It's just-
notes.
It's kind of odd how obsessed with stats you are. Like,
I mean,
we mostly
mean-
go off vibes, you know. It is what it is, but.
Is that what the awards committee does? Is that why there's so many snubs?
I don't know. I'm not on
Not awards committee right now.
Yeah.
We're doing the draft.
Yep. I don't know anything about that.
Now he's here as a kicker, a position of need on the team, and we're ecstatic to have him back, a part of
Hey,
the
so
organization.
Is
No,
that
he
who I
was-
think that is?
It is. It is. I don't know if
That
we
is
should.
amazing.
I don't know if we should say it, but it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think I know who that is.
I think I
Yeah.
know as well, yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
very interesting.
Next up, we have the Saber Kitties again. Will they trade it
Again?
away again? Let's
well,
find
I'll
out.
leave you hanging on that because I don't even want to tell you.
Okay.
But
Are we just
psych,
pausing
I'll do it
here?
anyway.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Got him. No, we did not trade. We did not. We made a
Okay.
pick.
Lame.
Although, yeah, I know.
Boring.
Listen, we were involved in the biggest one, so we get a break here. So we chose at 36 a position we definitely need. We went with a cornerback.
Are you wanting me to flip the slide?
Yes.
You didn't say the magic word. Come on.
I don't know what you want out of me.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
so we took Jimmy Cheetah. The green in this render is very much Midori colored, by the way.
True.
So there's that. We took Corky Turtle, and frankly, we reached out to them and didn't get a response in scouting, unfortunately. But
Oh,
I know Quirky's been around the league for a long time, and corner is definitely a big need for us. And that boy has a fat bank account, so we definitely felt like it was safe to take a shot here and hope they perk back up and want to get Quirky with us, because we would love that.
Nice. Hopefully you hear from them soon.
That would be
Next
very
up-
cool. Hopefully tonight when we invite
Next
them
up,
to
we
the
have
locker room.
Oko. Everyone loves when I say that. So
Oko.
That's not who is that? That's not a team in the league. Did we expand?
all right, Slate. Go ahead.
Sorry, someone just pointed out that we drafted, with the pick we traded Ben for, we drafted a player named Ben, and I was amused by that and distracted. So
nice.
my apologies. With the 37th pick that we got from New Orleans from trading down a pick in the first round, Orange County selects Porky Dingleberry, wide receiver user Henry Bender.
Yes.
This guy was a hilarious scouting conversation. He's a really funny guy, obviously, as you can tell from his A+ username, or sorry, player name. I think he will just be really fun to have around in the locker room. We were able to talk to him in scouting some, and you know, I think his earning is pretty solid for the point that we are in the draft. So really excited to bring him in
Nice.
to work on some teams.
All right. Next up are my butchers. And with the 38th pick, we are going to take kicker David Doug, user Sparky. I'm sure everyone, all the GMs knew that we were going to make this pick as long as Sparky made it
Yes.
to this pick. So I'd like to thank all of you for letting him come back to his home. He made it very clear to us in scouting that this was where he wanted to be again. And this is a great get for us since we have a huge need at kicker with our dear beloved Sloths losing the fight against TPE theft.
Rest in peace, Levitate.
Soon. Not
Goat.
yet. Ain't
True
dead yet.
True
Uh,
goat.
I am also rooting for Honolulu. So with the next pick, Honolulu selects running back Henry Oswald Newman, user Kobe from the Froby. Ice Bear said, so happy to bring Kobe back. He has been the heart of our locker room over the last few seasons, and we're grateful to see him in the blue and yellow once more. And next up is, what is it? The Yellowknife what, Trimpale?
The Yellowknives.
Oh,
Selecting PDX Baller. By the way,
Baller right there.
Hawks Hall of Fame because he had awesome stats, you know.
Yeah.
No, Bastian Weichselbraun, You want
I
to
knew
try
you'd
that,
pronounce that
CC?
so flawlessly.
Yeah,
too.
perfect,
You want-
That's the
perfect.
best.
Oh,
flavor.
That's the
He can
best
say
part.
that, but not rates.
Oh, you wanna
Of
try
course
that one,
he can.
CC? Russ, let's give it a go. Come on.
Bastion? I can say Bastion. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Weisselbrunn.
Yeah, that was not bad.
Pretty good.
That's
Thank
the
you.
alcohol talking there.
Thank you.
Tight end out of Portland, and yeah, experience is one of the most valuable things in this league. And when you have a chance to grab it, you take it. PDX is a legend in the league, and we're excited to have them. And Bastion with the yellow knives. That was totally
Absolutely.
not the other word.
PDX, very long time user. I think in the DSFL draft last season, I told him to bring back the CFU. So I'll say it again. Bring back the CFU. Next up is Sarasota.
Okay. I see you. But do I see the
I
notes
see
that you
you.
provided? Yes, I do. All right. Sarasota, yes. They are picking here at 41. They are not trading. Spoiler.
Aw.
And so they they have picked a player by the name of Julius McMiller, user Majestic Walrus 8, not 7, already taken. Their notes say, during scouting, we had a short but productive chat with Majestic Walrus and saw the potential for a late draft steal. They've shown consistent activity in the DSFL and were recommended by our Norfolk alumni. All right. We look forward to getting them involved with the team and developing the next great sailfish defensive back. The Majestic Walrus.
Very cool.
The colors really pop on that render.
It does.
That's
It's a
Yeah.
cool looking render. Good job, Sloth.
Sloth, let's go. Yeah.
Nice.
very nice. Very nice.
All right. Next we have Arizona, who is being read by not me.
Not me.
You see?
Not me.
Nope.
No,
I was just guessing. I don't know who it is. It's
No.
Slate. Slate.
Classic
Yeah,
Slate.
it is Slate.
Slate
was
again.
late, dude.
Damn. Got his ass.
with the 42nd pick, Arizona selects Rashad Morris, user Slag Sloth, cornerback. Arizona says Swag is nearly one of the original league members, as his first player was graded in season 2. Another one of these guys. He's one of, if not the oldest Arizona player still in the league, I believe. So they were very happy to see him still available in the third round. Unfortunately, he hasn't logged on for almost a month, so Arizona wasn't even able to reach the scouting phase with him, but they're hopeful that if he gets the message that he's back on the Outlaws, they'll be able to see him rejoin the league again. So Arizona is really excited to get them in the locker room.
I love Swag. If Swag had responded to scouting, we would have had a very tough conversation when we were choosing between Sparky and Swag with our last pick. But next up, we
Now
have...
it's me. Now it's me.
Yep, now we have UC.
So with the 43rd overall pick, the Copperhead select Alexander Lawrence, a linebacker, Bloomy GB. So Bloomy, he's a guy who used to be on Austin. He's our former kicker, something. I wasn't there for that. But yeah, he's not really been that active on this player, but he was here before, and he's in our locker room, and sometimes he talks, so maybe we'll be able to get him to do some stuff. That's the hope.
Nice. All right, next we have Colorado, who I think is Roche.
That's me. With the 44th pick, Colorado selects linebacker Cameron Washington, user Cage, and they have this to say. It says, despite being a rookie with just 8 starts, Cameron Washington helped their team to an all-to-many win with 2 tackles for loss, an interception, and 3 passes defended during the regular season. Get those stats.
Beautiful. And I think you're up again.
Oh, back to back. All right.
Mhm.
New York with the 45th pick selects Fat Boyja, user Snoosu. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I was
Probably
going to say Snoo, but that's not right.
What do you mean that's not right?
Snoo is not right. There's only
there's
one.
not
Okay, that's definitely not right. Okay.
Oh, brother.
So at this point in the draft, right, we're right at the tail end here. So we were just excited to find a user that is reachable, and so we are hoping to bring them in and get them producing for the Silverbacks.
He also trashed me whenever I hosted the DSFL draft because I got too drunk and couldn't remember the name of his last player.
I do recall that.
Yep.
It was hilarious.
Yep. Best
Because
running
the
back
last
in
player
Minnesota.
was Fast Boysia.
Yep. I think I
Yes,
called it
yes.
also Fat Boysia.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Best running back in Minnesota Grey Ducks history.
Well, there you go.
But next
I
up,
mean, probably the best season in DSFL history ever.
probably.
Oh, you like stats now, huh?
I like his stats. I like his stats very much.
Yep, a couple of
But the
former
vibe check,
Minnesota
though.
GMs talking about Minnesota player. We're gonna bring it up.
That's right.
All right, let's see what superstar the Saber Kitties select.
Oh, I'll tell you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good one.
Tell me.
We select
Yep.
a trade,
Oh,
baby.
no.
Got him.
Dang.
They thought we were
Just
done.
when you thought there wasn't any more.
I had no idea.
We absolutely clowned Cece and all of you. You thought we would pick. We did not.
Which means I get the fortunate task of reading another pick for Philly. So Philadelphia selected with this pick Toby Nair. Hack 97 is the user, linebacker.
Can't believe you would pronounce it like
Philadelphia. Yeah, who knows? Philadelphia says, we really enjoyed talking to Tack and scouting and are hoping that we can get him in the locker room and make him part of the squad. We think we were able to get a contributor this late in the draft and we couldn't ask for more, I assume is the last word of that sentence that's missing.
I think it's probably Eric Belmont. Be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think
You
it's
couldn't
Eric
ask
Belmont.
for Eric Belmont.
Probably true.
Plus, Neg says he wanted to personally gift Beck the steal of the draft with the 47th pick.
Wow.
So speaking
Nice.
of,
Yep.
Wow.
with the 47th pick of the draft, Orange County selected Aiden Frost, running back, user Lane Frost. Lane Frost has been around the league for a while. They fell because of some character concerns, but we're optimistic to see them continue to grow and mature and earn a place on the Otters going forward because they are a very solid earner. So we'll see what happens with them.
Yep. Very good
Best
earner.
of luck.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like
We
that's
want everyone to succeed. Just
Absolutely.
the Saber Cats more than everybody else.
absolutely not. Okay, I think that's all the picks in the.
Yep.
I think that's all the picks in the draft. So congrats to everyone. I'll post your draft cards right after the draft. I think that's it. I think we're gonna go bye now. So
I hope everyone enjoyed
Bye-bye.
themselves as much as I did.
I'm gonna have to
But
get
I
some
kinda doubt
Midori
it.
next time.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
hour was
yeah.
brought to you by Midori. So yeah.
It'll
boy.
change your life. Muskmelon,
I'll
what it does to a man, I tell you.
Absolutely.
try and
Wow.
get some for myself next time.
You have to DM
Enjoy
me again
yourselves,
what it's
everyone.
called.
All right. Yep.
Have-
Thank
have
you.
a good
Thank you
weekend.
guys for
Friday.
joining.
Good
Congrats,
weekend.
everybody.
Bye.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Everyone have a
Congrats,
good
everyone.
night.